Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing some nails because I haven't done my nails in like 2 months and they need to be done. Literally suckers. Ew. We're just gonna go with some short, probably French square, something like that. I usually end up doing really long, but for my job that I have, I can't do long because I have to work with food and I have to be cleaning, so we're gonna keep it pretty simple. Might do some cutesy little designs, who knows? But I'm gonna take you along with me and kind of show you what I do. Warning, I'm very low on supplies, so this is gonna be probably a disaster of a video because I need to buy new nail stuff. So I'm gonna do what I can with what I have. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm a little nervous. I currently don't have a nail drill that works. Let's test it, it might work now. It stopped working when I did my friend's nails. And I don't have enough polygel, and I don't really have, my polygel also is really crappy, so it doesn't stay on very long. So engage with this video so I can buy more nail stuff, so I can give you more nail content because it's bad over here. I really don't have that much stuff. So I'm gonna start with some nail prep, so give me just a second to change the angle. Okay, I just plugged in my drill and it actually is working, so that's really good. This is gonna be our angle because I need to get a better tripod, but I feel like this isn't too bad. So what we're gonna start with is, I have a bunch of these like plastic organizers that I keep a lot of my stuff in. They're really cheap on Amazon. So what we're gonna do is get out our cuticle scraper, one of these. And I just use these as cuticle nippers because I'm better with these than actual nippers. This for some dust. And then luckily, since my nail drill works, I'll be able to use my nail drill for some cuticle work. And you just need like a light buffer to take the shine away. So I am just gonna start with pushing my cuticles back. Usually I'll use a little bit of lotion to push it back, but I'm not gonna do that today because I only do that on days that I do my cuticle work earlier and then later I do my nails. So because you don't want there to be a lot of oil on your nails. So I'm just gonna go in and push these back. Make sure you really get them back, but don't push it as hard until it hurts. If it starts hurting, you're doing too much. It should not hurt when you do your nails, ever. Because that means that you're touching live skin, and that means that you could be getting an infection. So we don't want that. See that? Just got them all pushed back and out of the way. So then that gets them all together just so we can go ahead and I'll drill that off. Okay. So then with the rest of this, I just go in and slice that dead skin off. Keyword, dead skin. We only want to cut off dead skin. You don't want to cut off anything that's living because that is, the living skin is protecting your nails and you can easily get an infection or you can get some crazy stuff that can happen with your nails if you overdo it. So make sure you're only cutting stuff that is dead. And you can kind of tell, I don't know how well you can see that. There's like my regular skin and then there's this clear gummy stuff. That's what you want to get. But yeah, I'm really just going in and getting that dead stuff off to create a cleaner looking finished product. Basically, that's what this does. You don't really need to do this. A lot of people don't do this, but I just like the clean look and I feel like it helps your nails last longer because they have less in the way. Also, try not to touch your nail because there's been a couple times I've taken a little small chunk out of my like nail plate. You want to avoid that because then that's going to be just really annoying trying to do your nails. I'm going to go ahead and do the other hand off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have these all done, as you can see, we're going to be doing some little bit of cuticle work. So the bit that I'm going to use for my cuticle is this one. I don't know what it's called, but this is what it looks like. Give you a good look. I might switch a couple times. This is just like the cheapest nail drill you can get on Amazon that comes in all the kits. Nothing too crazy. So I'm just gonna start and try not to dig into your nails, but just lightly, very lightly get the rest of that dead skin off. Because some of it is just hard to get with. Just brush it off so you can get a better view of if you missed anything. I can already see stuff that I missed, so I'm going to go back in, hit the stuff that I missed, and then I'm going to do my other hand off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our cuticles done, I did nick this one a teeny tiny bit, so I'm gonna be more careful with this finger. But yeah, this is what they're looking like so far. Yep. So then what we're gonna go in with first, well, we need to get all of our other stuff out. So I have a UV lamp right here. This is just a really cheap one. Also, as you can tell, I have some stains. So sorry about that. And then I'm just gonna buff off the shine of my nail. This is a 240, it's not that harsh. I'm not gonna make an indent in my nail. I'm really just taking off that shine and any oils that are there. Only thing I'm worried about with today is not having enough base or top coat because I'm pretty low, and then running out of polygel and not being able to finish every nail. But I think because I'm doing short nails, I won't need nearly as much polygel. So that's good at least. Also, I apologize for the setup. I know the lighting isn't that great. I'm working on getting a ring light, but upgrades to the channel are coming. It's coming, I promise. So we're just gonna do that, get them all mattified, and I'll be right back. All right, so now that I have these all mattified, I'm just gonna dust off the extra dust because that can really affect the adhesion of the nail. So then what you want to do next is make sure you get everything out before we actually put any of the dehydrator or primer on, so that you're not touching extra stuff that you don't need to be touching. So I'm getting out, this is the only polygel that I have not used yet, so this is what we're stuck with. I have no idea what this color is going to look like once it cures, so hopefully it's a decent nude. That's what the color is. But yeah, so I'm going to get this out. And I'm gonna go grab my alcohol and then my pads and everything else, get it all set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back to this angle because me and Zach just went to Speedway and I got a drink for the hours to come. So, with the setup, I use these cotton rounds literally from like the dollar store, super cheap. I got some out already, so I don't have to stick my fingers in there. And I'm getting out my polygel brush. The only thing is my brush is like actually disgusting and gross, so I need to clean that off. And you're supposed to use higher percentage isopropyl alcohol, but I only have 70, so we're gonna see how this works. I'm telling you, this video is gonna be a mess. So far it's been pretty organized. After the first part, now this is gonna be a mess because I have no idea what I'm working with. So I'm gonna pour a bit of this into the cap. See, now she's a little bit more clean. So I'm gonna put the isopropyl alcohol off to the side so that I don't accidentally spill it all over because it's a completely full new jug. Also, I have to have the window open because it's really hot in my apartment right now, so it's gonna be a little bit loud. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have that. Have our polygel. I'm going to get pretty sure this base coat is almost out. Okay, it seems a little bit decent right now. Got my little base coat. And we got our top coat just out and ready. And then I have my nail prep dehydrator and my acid primer. These are really important. This is just from Moravon. Pretty good. So I'm starting off with those. And I'm trying to think. Oh, and we need our nail forms. So I got this huge pack off of Amazon. It's a huge bunch of different shapes of nail forms. It was like maybe 10 bucks. For all of those, and they're all reusable, so it is really nice. And I have these little things, and I keep all my different sizes in here. So we are just going to go off of what kind of shape we are doing today. Maybe I'll use some new ones because I don't usually do square, and if I do, they're really long. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out my nail forms, and then I will be right back. And then also a pro tip, some of your nail forms, like you can see how this one, it like fits, but it's too square for my nail shape. You can literally just go in and file that to this shape. Like, especially if you're only doing your own nails, it's totally fine to go in and like customize them or whatever. And I'm only using a 220/280 because I want it to still be like a smooth edge, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to really mess up the nail. Okay, we are back down here. So what I need to start with is the dehydrator. I'm just gonna go in and really make sure you dehydrate those cuticles. That's where all the oils are coming from. You gotta really get in there. And I just kind of scrub just like a little bit with the brush. Okay, sorry, I ran out of storage, but basically what I was just saying is you want to make sure they're really dry, and you kind of scrub the cuticles and so your nails look super dry. And next we're gonna go in with the primer. Basically just do the same thing you did with the dehydrator. Sometimes I'll prime twice. I'll probably do that today. Okay, now that they're all primed, we want to go in with our base coat and do like, you don't want to do a thick layer because you want it to cure all the way through, but you want to give a generous layer of base coat on top, and then we're going to cure that for 60 seconds. And this is basically just going to ensure that the nails really stick. And make sure you don't get this on your skin because it can cause allergies over time. And that's really not good. You don't want that because then you can't do your nails anymore. So I have the base coat on. I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds on the highest setting that I have, which is a 48 watt. So I think what I'm going to do is just go one hand at a time. So I'm not going to base coat this one because I don't want this hand to be sticky. I need to use this hand to do this hand of nails. So now that this hand is all sticky, we're going to go into the polygel. So we're going to carefully open up the polygel, get your form out that you're going to be using. I'm going to start with my thumb. Usually with your thumb, you're going to need a little bit more than you do with the rest of your fingers just because there's a little bit more coverage. But it's also buildable, so you can always add more. And you just want to pack it into the form and create the shape that you're looking for, basically. So let's check on my nail to see how long that will be. So I think I want it just a little bit longer than that, because we are going to be doing some filing down. So let's go in and extend it just a little bit. And then it's good to check it from all angles to make sure it's going to be even. So you want to look at it from like this angle too. And just really make sure, because you have a lot of time with this, so you want to really make sure you get it good on the first try. So now what I'm going to do is lightly, I don't know why I'm trying to go on that finger. So we're going to lightly press it on. Make sure there's not as many air bubbles. Because this product isn't that good, there's always air bubbles no matter what I do. And that's what it looks like. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds on top. And then flip it over and do 30 or 60 on the bottom just to make sure it's fully cured. Okay, so now that it's all cured, we're just going to carefully pop off the top. And we got a smooth looking nail. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our pads that we got out earlier, put a little bit of alcohol on it, and just get that tacky layer off so that we don't get a bunch of hair on our nails while we're doing them. So we're just gonna go in, because some brands will have a little bit of a tacky layer, some don't. It just depends on what brand you get. This is also just to ensure the nail is clean and there's no fuzz getting on it. Okay, so I keep running out of storage. I literally don't know why, because I just bought storage like 10 minutes ago. So hopefully I can film the rest of this video because my phone is being crazy. But this is how the first nail turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the hand off camera to save storage. I knew this video was gonna be crazy. Yeah, so I'm sorry about it. I mean, I showed you how to do this first one, so I feel like you don't really want to see the rest of it anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them off camera, and then I'll show you the designs when I'm done. Okay, so now I have all of the nails on. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure this tacky layer is off my pinky. And I'm gonna go ahead and shape this hand just to get it over with. I ended up making them a little bit longer than I wanted to. I always end up doing that, but that's okay because I'm taking the length off anyways, because I'm gonna do some filing and some shaping. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll show you a little bit on camera, but I don't want them out of storage. So yeah. Do some filing and some shaping. I'm gonna kind of clean up some stuff so I don't get dust all over everything. Also, somehow a spike came off of this one. I don't know how that happened, but basically, yeah, this is what they're looking like so far. They look a little rough, so let's fix these babies. Okay, so this is what we have going on right now. I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna just start with my hand file because I get these little like lips sometimes right here from like some extra spilling over. So I'm gonna start with that and get that filed down and get the cuticle nice and sealed. And then we're gonna do some regular shaping. So let me get my bit on. Okay, so I think this is called a standing band if I'm not incorrect. I have no idea, honestly. But we're gonna start with that because it just gets the bulk off a lot faster than anything else. I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera because it's really annoying and it's loud, so hold on. Okay, sorry for all the angle changes, but I have all those lips removed, so now we're gonna do some regular shaping. I'm gonna try to start with 100 grit. Really just gonna go in and shape these. It takes a while, but I'm not paying $70 for a nail set. That's what we have going on for that one. I'm just gonna keep doing that with every nail, basically. I am going to finish the rest of this nail off camera, apply my other hand, shape the other hand, and then I will show you how I do my designs next. Because the rest of this is kind of boring, and it's literally just me filing. Okay, so I'm a little bit irritated because I keep running out of storage, and I've deleted basically everything on my phone, and I still don't have storage. I don't really know why. I think I just need to buy a new phone because she's broken. But I finished shaping. Yeah. This is the image that I'm going off of, something just simple. Usually when I do my nails, I'd kind of go crazy and overdo it. So I'm just going to try to do a simple, cute, sleek set today. So I'm going to try to show you how I do my French, and then I'm just going to show you the end result because I don't want to make this video super duper long. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is grab one of these little organizers, and I'll use the back of it to put my color on. So I'm just gonna take a little dollop of this white, and basically I'm just gonna start with this hand. First you draw your little guide like so, and just kind of create the French. You just gotta kind of work with it. And then you're just gonna dip your brush in alcohol and then kind of use that to wipe away any uneven lines. That's what we have. This is what I'm gonna stick with because I don't feel like messing with it anymore. I'm gonna cure that and then do that on the rest of the nails. I finished after 5 hours of doing my own nails. I'm finally done. Here is the close-up. They're not the cutest things ever. From far away, they're really cute. I started to lose my mind halfway through, so I was ready to just be done. So yeah, and then this finger, my middle finger, is a little crooked because that's just the way my finger is. My like whole finger is crooked. But yeah, I feel like they're not too terrible. I usually go for more of like a artistic design. I don't usually do just like simple French. So, but yeah, that's what they're looking like. This was a disaster of a video, and I'm so sorry. But thank you for watching, and let me know if you want more nail content, so then I know to start getting some more nail stuff so it's not as chaotic. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe and comment what you think I should do next. And I love making these videos for you guys, so this has been really fun. And well, this video has not really been that fun, to be honest. It was kind of miserable because my storage kept running out and my nails were failing. But in the end, we got them done, and they're not too bad. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you want some more nail content. Bye!